right, peeps, what's good? Let's get it. Thursday edition of Morning Scone. Chugging along through this week here. Brought to you by Boudreaux's. Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. What is it? Scone. Indeed it is, Drew. It's morning Scone. He thinks that's hilarious. All right, y'all. Good morning. I'm going to go ahead and hit the share button right here out the chute. Scone. Drew's in there watching some Sesame Street videos. Well, we talk a little bit of the foosball, as one Bobby Boucher would say. That's not at all what I want. There we go. All right, y'all. Petey Kern, first out the chute today. Sam Dixon trivia. Good morning. Let this build a little bit. We'll get to y'all's questions today. Stephen, Gary, Leroy, Trey, Craig, good morning, y'all. Bobby, Christopher, you. He wants the you song. He's on to the you song now, y'all. This is the obsession today. You know you're so useful. Trivia, I sang it just for you. You, there are others under this cow. You, there's a U in Bert's unibrow. Letter U. That's what makes you so useful. My brain is a big pile of jello. That's what it is now. With Sesame Street and Wheel of Fortune and sports. That's my brain. Jello. Sesame Street, sports, and Wheel of Fortune and jello. Yankees win last night. The Yankees win. Chris Merrill, Everett Himmel, good morning. Val, what's up, Pops? Mikkel Trailer, good morning. Colby Hester, Derek Howard, good to see everybody. Stephen Bro, quick thoughts on Bryce Jordan. Not a surprise. I had actually heard when the season ended that Bryce was not coming back. So I'm a little surprised. The only surprise really was that they waited this long to announce it. And look, I mean, I think in part it was his knee, in part it was not having Bo there. You know, they've been playing together. And in part they had, like we all know, man, so many guys. You only got so many roster spots. You know, you got 35 spots. And it's so many guys that got drafted but decided to show up. You had Hess, Watson, Duplantis all forego the draft, come back. Like, they needed spots. They had to have spots. So, you know, we talked about it a little bit ago, but it's not a surprise. I don't think it's contentious in any way. But you know, when Chris Reed was not invited back, and you know, we talked about the roster spots, and there was going to be one more. I was surprised that this. That it took this long, because the word that I had heard when the season ended was that Bryce wasn't going to come back. So, but really good career for the Jordans, man. You know, they certainly left their imprint on the LSU baseball program. Would have loved to have seen how different the 17 season would have been had Bryce not hurt his knee. I mean, he was going to bat cleanup. Remember, he was all SEC as a DH in 16. He was going to be your cleanup hitter in 17 towards ACL. So, it sucks, man. But good on him to be able to come back. Brandon Brazel, good morning from Memphis. Brandon's walking in Memphis. Hal Jubin, good morning. Marcus Lee. Trey Dykes, good morning. Josh Long, good morning. Mark Demelin. Let's see. Crank that soldier boy. Yeah, Trey, I don't think Drew wants to crank that soldier boy. If I started to crank that soldier boy, Drew would say, he would just say, Dad, you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His F's or W's. Y. 5. There you go. Very good. 5. Fast. That's funny. Okay, we'll see you later. Lenny, good morning. Jason Hatcher, good morning. Let's see. Mark Bayard down in Tampa. There you go, dog. LSU Car Flag and Gator Country. I'm excited about this game this weekend, man. They had a message on the So after I do the show, most days when I remember, I'll upload it to YouTube as well. I used to be able to do it at my house and have to do it at work. But anyway, someone was like, Matt, please tell your listeners Todd Grantham is a great defensive coordinator, and LSU fans, need to be aware. But I think most people understand it, man. I hope. I mean, I've stressed it enough this week that the challenge LSU faced offensively against Ole Miss is drastically different than this week. You are at home against literally the worst team in the SEC and one of the worst in the country defensively, and you took advantage of it. I meant that's what good teams do. Good teams don't let bad teams hang around. And LSU scored on 4 straight possessions after the missed field goal in the opening possession, and Ole Miss never was in it. And perfect. Different challenge this week with Florida for sure. Joe Campbell, do you think LSU have trouble with Florida's defense? There you go, Joe. Yes, I do, and it's not like this isn't a knock on Joe Burrow or like. There's a lot of teams that are going to struggle with Florida's defense, and the other part of it is, Florida was missing 3 guys in their defense. Everyone would say, well, look at what Kentucky did to them, and that's true. But Florida was missing 3 guys in their defensive front 7, including C.C. Jefferson, who's a phenomenal player. Came back for a senior year this year. Who was a 5-star guy. They're a better defense today than they were weeks 1 and 2 when Jefferson was out. So they've gotten guys back on defense, and they're good. This is the best secondary LSU's going to face for sure, and they're good at taking the ball away. And people keep pointing out, well, they had 6 takeaways against Tennessee, and that's true, they did. But they've got 14 total. So even without there's 8, and they're still a monster taking the ball away. So it's just imperative, for Burrow to make good decisions, which he's done, and that's why you have confidence. But I think you're going to see 2 coaches probably. I don't want to say protect the quarterback, because that's what essentially both teams did in that hammer and the nail game. If you remember in 12, there was one drive Florida had where they ran it on like 17 of 18 offensive snaps, if you remember that, and in Florida won 12-6. Odell had a really costly fumble. LSU finally hit a play. Mettenberger hit Odell down the right sideline, and Odell fumbled. It was like, I got you. I mean, I think LSU trusts Burrow, and they're going to be more aggressive than some of those past teams were. But I still think it's hard to move the ball against this team, man. And again, you're still talking about a 5-game sample. Florida lost to Kentucky and beat Mississippi State and Tennessee, and then they blew out two nobodies. We'll see, man. Good morning from Minneapolis. What's up, man? Blaine Allen, Derek Thomas, good morning. Trivia, singing is the quickest way to get less views. That's so not true, Trivia. Every time I play my guitar or sing on here, I see little hearts and flutters and thumbs and likes. And see, everybody loves it when I sing. What? See, Trivia, look at all the little thumbs and hearts going up right now. You see that? You're just wrong. People like it when I sing. Hey, if you like it when I sing on Morning Scone, hit some hearts or some thumbs. If you like it when I sing on Morning Scone. See, Trivia? You're wrong. People like it. See? See, Trivia? You're in a little bit of minority over there, dude. See? Ooh, look at all the fluttering. See, Trivia? You're just wrong, dude. People love it when I sing. Tim Witten, what's up? Sam, this is my favorite time of year, but it's undeniable this weather sucks. How hot is it outside? 73, high of 88 today. That's true, man. For me, I would say October is my favorite month of the year for sports. You've got college football races are in full swing. Conference races are in full swing. The NFL season is underway. You got Major League Baseball into its postseason. For those that like hockey, that started. I don't, but the NBA starts in a week or 2 weeks. The 17th is opening day of the NBA. So 2 weeks, the NBA starts. 8, 9, 10. You. College basketball practices started. College baseball, fall baseball is going on. Like October for me is the month on the sports calendar where I don't care what you love, it's going on. I love it. I love October. The weather starts to change. I love October. It's my favorite month of the year for sports, honestly. Let's see. Derek Thomas, present. What we learning today? What you want to learn today, Derek? Catherine, good morning. Scott Borch, Travis McGraw, what's up, dude? Been liking your Instagram stuff, man. Keep it up. Akeem Williams, Joe, I don't think we have issues with Florida's defense because they have an undersized front. We'll be able to run the ball on them, which open up the pass. Akeem, I know you're thinking that, but hang on, I'm going to go pull up to prove this point. Like, Mississippi State has a good offensive line, a dual threat quarterback, and their two running backs, Kylan Hill and Aries Williams, are better than Brissett and Clyde. Okay, Mississippi State has a better running threat at quarterback. Like State, Alexander's, but go to Calandros really because they're way better. And come on, load thing. And State threw for 98 yards and ran for 104 against Florida's defense. State had 202 total yards against Florida's defense. Y'all, like, and I know what you're, like, I know the thing that people say is, oh, well, State stinks. No, State doesn't stink. State's got a bunch of pros there. Todd McShay put out his top 32 yesterday for the upcoming draft. Their center, he has a first-round pick. Hi. Don't you do that. They got a senior quarterback who's a running threat. They got two good running backs. Like, don't you do that? Hey, stop, Drew. No. Stop. Don't do that. No. Thank you. No. Yep. Point is, like, there are way too many LSU fans that are being dismissive of this game on the premise of Florida losing to Kentucky. Florida's defensive front was shorthanded, and Kentucky, oh, by the way, is pretty good. I know, like, it's taken me a while to admit that as well, but Kentucky has 3 really nice wins already. And I don't know if they beat Georgia. I don't know if they win this weekend against A&M on the road. But Kentucky is not a... Drew, stop that, baby. No. We're not going to touch that. Don't you do that. It's not funny. Oh, you flipped the camera, you goon. You see yourself. What are you doing? Did you flip it on yourself? Look at what you did. No, stop. That's hilarious. This is proof that everyone only... You want Daddy to cough? This is proof that everybody only watches this thing to see Drew. I told you, like, he comes and he just hits the screen, and so there's all those buttons. There's, like, he can turn on the light, he can delete a comment, he can flip the camera, like, all those little icons down at the bottom. He's you know, like, he can mess with all. Anyway, back to my point. There are way too many LSU fans that are sleeping on this Florida defense, and they're really good. And if LSU goes and puts up 400 yards and 30 points, I will come on here on Sunday morning. I'll come in here on Whiskey and Wine after the show and be like, I was dead wrong. LSU's offense is a juggernaut. And I'll probably pick them to beat Georgia if that happens. But if you can go on the road and put up 400 yards and 30 points on Florida, you can beat Georgia, no. I just don't see it happening, man. Charlie Cavell, Chad Giat, good morning. Justin Huckins, what's up? Michael Richards, good morning. Matthew Shelley, Stephen Bro, what's the O-line? This is the great news, Stephen. So what's the O-line look like this weekend? Ed said yesterday it's the healthiest they've been. My guess is left to right, you go Sadiq Charles, Chasen Hines, Lloyd Cushenberry, Damian Lewis, Austin Deculus. I think that's your starters. You've got Donovan Campbell rotating at left guard, and you've got Adrian McGee rotating at either tackle if you need help, but most likely at right tackle if you need help. He can also play inside. So you're about as healthy as you've been on the offensive line, which is fantastic news for LSU. And as I've said before, Sadiq Charles is a total difference maker for this whole offensive line. So getting him back is massive. I think the O-line looks good, which is one of the reasons I'd be super optimistic this weekend. Sam says losing to Kentucky isn't exactly a disgrace this season. I think we'll get Florida's best shot, but we still win the game. Hey, Aunt Sharon, good morning. Cisco, good morning. Man, I hope your boy's doing well, Cisco. Been praying for y'all, man. I haven't seen an update, man, but hope y'all are doing well. Let's see. The hearts are for Drew. Josh, I know the hearts are for Drew, man. I get it. Here it comes again. Mimi's car. Hey, did you think it was funny when you flipped that camera on yourself?
Duh.
What? Duh. What?
2, 3, 3.
2, 3, 3? That's not how you count. Here you go. Franks and beans this weekend. Hockey season. October is the best. Good morning, Frank. Let's see, Akeem. It's going to be the Racy McMath show. That dude's been playing tight end for 1 week, bro. Come on, man. Are you serious? Akeem. He been playing tight end for 1 week. The Racy McMath show? Because they threw him the ball twice against Ole Miss, which is poo? Man, what's wrong with y'all, bro? God, dog. I like Racy McMath, man. I asked Ogeron 2 questions about him the other day. I like the potential there. If he makes one catch this weekend, I'll be thrilled. Because at least they're throwing it to a pass catching tight end. I'd be psyched about that. You think a tight end hasn't taken over a game for LSU since Richard Dixon against Ohio State in the national championship game? Hi, what do you want, bud? Can you tell me? Use your words. Use your words. Daddy's coffee. Use your words. Hi, can you use your words? Wait, shh. Use your words. Tell me what you want. Oh. Those aren't words, baby. That's fussy facing. We don't do fussy face. No, sir. Excuse me. All right, here you go. Josh, did you say Ted Peterson? Derek, we are poo against Florida. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that LSU's poo against Florida. I just think it's like both sides elevate their game when they play each other. Like, this is something that I know, like, one of the reasons when all of the cross-divisional stuff, happened, the permanent opponent conversation happened, and LSU was lobbying to get it changed, Florida doesn't want to change it. They like playing LSU, and in part because every other year, they're going to get Florida has trouble, like, attendance issues, like filling their stadium. When LSU comes, they sell out. So, like, Florida doesn't want to get rid of the LSU game. Like, they're always going to be super high, and LSU likewise because of what the series has meant and how long they've played each other. So, hey, bud, what you doing? So both teams elevate. You're gonna get a good you're gonna get a good effort from Florida for sure. And I keep saying it's like they got athletes. Like you wonder why. Hey, bud. You coughing? What's the matter? Huh? What's all this coughing this morning? What you want? What? Okay, you come sit with Daddy. Oh, sweet boy this morning. You can be sweet and just hang out with Daddy. All right, sweet boy. All right. Craig said Bronx Bombers did their thing. I'm not excited about having to go play Boston. I think Boston's great, but Sale's not healthy, and the Yanks do own Derek Price, and Happ has pitched well against Boston. So there's some things to like. Hi. Hat. You want to wear the hat? Is Droopy wear the hat? Or does Daddy wear the hat? You want to know how we get sick? It's because kids sneeze on you. I love you. I love you. What's with all this sneezing and coughing right now? You getting sick, little boy? I hope not.
Dad car.
We can go in Dad's car later. we'll go in Dad's car. Daddy has to do a show right now. Frank, give me your score prediction on the LSU game. No, Frank, I will not do that. I will reserve that right for tomorrow on AFR. It's quite demanding of you, Frank. You. Oh, you want you. I'm sorry. What am I doing? What am I thinking? Okay. Blake Ruffino, Matt, Mississippi State does have better rushing attack, but they can't throw the ball. They're one-dimensional. That's why Florida stacked the box. Blake, LSU hasn't proven it can throw the ball either. Going into last week, LSU was 105th in the country in pass offense. Bruh, just because you got off against Ole Miss, like Southern Illinois put up 600 yards of offense against Ole Miss. This is my point. Stop thinking that LSU is a passing offense. It's not. Hi. Did that make you upset? Did that make you upset? I'm sorry. Okay. Like, do we forget Joe Burrow was completing 48% of his passes before last weekend? Do we forget that this offense struggled to move the ball against Southeastern Louisiana? That it was really ineffective for the better part of 3 quarters against Auburn, except for scoring on Grant Delpit's turnover and then the game-winning drive that scored because largely got 30 yards in pass interference penalties. Come on, man. Like, my point is, like, I'm not telling you LSU's poo. I'm not telling you they're going to lose. I'm telling you stop thinking that you're going to go into Gainesville and blow out Florida because your world's better. There's all this faux confidence because you blew out Ole Miss, which sucks. Like, if you watched Ole Miss this year, I sat there on the pregame show and I watched Ole Miss Southern Illinois, and it was Southern Illinois put up like 40 points at half on that team, man. Stop acting. That was in Oxford. Stop acting like that's a good team. Hi. Oh, Toodles? I love you. Dad does have a car, and you've ridden in that car before, huh? You love to go for rides in Dad's car. What color is Dad's car? Black. Not red, black. I love you. What do you? Oh, you want Daddy to hold you again? No? Okay, you can come sit with Daddy's lap. Okay. I don't know why you're being so cuddly today. Clayton Wolf, good morning. Andrew Chase, good morning. Andrew Bear, I guess Chase. Hey, Erica, shouldn't you be watching? Should you be working, Erica? That's my wife watching this. Hey, Mommy's watching. Do you want to bring Mommy onto the show? We could do screen and screen. Bring Mommy onto the show. Oh, sweet boy. All right. Tim Witten, 13. Tim, I wouldn't be surprised if they win 13-10, and I wouldn't care if they won 13-10. I just want them to win. Just be 1 point better, because if they... What? Okay, go watch Elmo. Go watch Elmo. Stan Drew rocks. Thank you. LSU pounds ball, ground, comes home with a tight victory. Maybe. I just don't think you're going to have a ton... Like... Remember, you ran for 2.9 yards per carry against Auburn. Like, there's this notion that LSU, like, say it every single day, man. Winning cures deficiencies because you won that game. It's like the golf analogy. You know, there are no pictures on the scorecard. Like, if you duff a ball, but it goes 100 yards and puts you in, and rolls up onto the green and you make a putt, I mean, it looks like a beautiful chip shot that landed within a foot and you tapped in, when in reality, that duff will cost you on another hole if there's a water hazard in front of you. And it's like, that's problem, bro. Akeem, Akeem, I don't know if I'll buy it. Akeem says he's messing with me about racing me. Matt, I don't see Akeem. I think you believe that, man. And you set me off, and now you're backtracking. That's what I think. Or maybe not. Garrett Check Snyder, UCBO, good morning. Saban's rant was awesome. Was that about, we talking about students? Saw he got all upset about students leaving the game early. Hey, bud. Drew's done eating. Let's see. But that does go to show you the Saban's rant about students leaving happens to everybody. Charlie, do you think Ray Parker from Ruston will play tight end or offensive tackle? I have no idea, Charlie. I think they recruited him as an offensive tackle. Big kid, though. Let's see. Chuck Sanchez. Derek, a group of state. Ray Summers. Blake DeVilliers. Can you talk about what problems Florida's offense will give the LSU defense? See, that's where I think LSU has a huge advantage in this game. I think LSU's defense is athletic, is active. I think Felipe Franks is a limited quarterback. Florida has 3 good running backs that they're going to feed the ball to. I mean, they'll. But there's no Percy Harvin on that Florida offense right now. That's, and they got Jordan Scarlett back, who missed all of last year, running back who missed all last year with that credit card scheme thing. They got LaMichael P. Ryan, who's Samaje P. Ryan's younger brother, and then they've got Damian Pierce. Their other running back, Malik Davis, who was their starter, broke a bone in his foot, and so he's out. So that's a big help for LSU. Now, they do have 3 other running backs that they'll feed the ball to. They got a receiver, Van Jefferson, who was a transfer from Ole Miss, who left for the same reason that Shea Patterson did. Tyree Cleveland, who LSU got to know a few years ago really well. Freddie Swain. The other guy is got a bunch of receivers, man. Josh Hammond. That's Frankie Hammond's little brother. Trevon Grimes, that's the kid. Trevon Grimes is from Ohio State. He's a transfer from Ohio State, and he's got 10 catches for 124 yards. Got a touchdown on the season. So they got a lot of weapons. And the thing that I'll say, I don't think Florida has the personnel to be just super dominant against LSU. The thing that worries me is Dan Mullen, because I think Dan Mullen's a really good play caller, and I think he can scheme you into position. Even all those games against Mississippi State, Mullen's team's always found ways to score against LSU, and he didn't have the personnel he has now at Florida. But overall, don't get me wrong, I don't think Florida is going to go score 30 against LSU. But I don't think LSU's going to score 30 against Florida either. I think you're going to have both offenses struggle in this game. I think you have teams that are kind of mirror images of each other. Not good, not great at quarterback, athletes all over, but being propped up by really good defense, really good kicking games. Their kickers missed 1 kick all year. So, very similar teams, man. That's why the spread's 2, 2.5. Anyway. Let's see, Charlie, dead on right about Florida playing LSU. It's their one big salad, especially now that Tennessee's terrible. It's so true. Yeah, and the Georgia game's in Jacksonville. Absolutely right. Todd Landry, Ronnie Dugas, good morning. Tim Tebow. Blake, so we had targeted Tim Tebow as a celebrity guest picker, but I think Hester was trying to get Tebow on his show today. I don't want to spill any beans on that. So Terrio and I redirected, and we have another idea for a celebrity guest picker that we were talking about yesterday. And if it happens, I think it's going to be amazing. If it happens. So, long way to go before it happens, but if it does happen, amazing. I need to get confirmation, though. But I think we can try to make that happen, and if it does, you're going to like it way better than had we gotten Tim Tebow. Matt Marrero, 27-10. I just don't see that, man. I don't see LSU winning 27-10. I could see 20-17. 27-10, I couldn't see. If that happens, awesome. That'd be a stress-free day, man. Saban is one highly successful, angry little man. Talking about, dude, I don't think he's ever going to retire. I think Nick's going to stay around forever, and he'll be like Bear Bryant and die a month after he coaches his last game. Frank, Mark, good morning. Wide receiver talk upsets the whole household. Ron Higgins, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Need Franks to make some mistakes. See, that's another thing that I'd say. Florida has been fantastic at taking the ball away. The big difference between the quarterbacks, Franks has 3 picks, Burrow has none. Like, that's the big difference between the quarterbacks. Brandon, any notable injuries on defense? No, the two that you'd watch would be Jacob Phillips, who practiced yesterday. He missed the first 2 days of the week. Practiced yesterday, he'll play. And then Glenn Logan. And that's the one thing I'd say he was back to. But the one thing I'd say about Logan, if there's one thing potentially that, and I'll mention the same thing I mentioned against Auburn. If Florida decides to run the ball and has some success, you're going to need LSU to have a better than 5-man defensive front rotation, which they've used primarily. Now, last week it didn't matter. It seemed like Ole Miss because LSU was going nickel and dime so much that you rarely had 3 linemen on the field. Hi, Angel. What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't feel warm? Do you not feel good? We're about to wrap up that show, okay? We're going to wrap up that show, okay? I love you. Thank you for my snuggles. You. Were you watching you in there? Look, everybody's giving thumbs up now that you're back. Mark said LSU's overrated at 5. Look, Mark, I don't think LSU is the 5th best team in the country, but they're absolutely warranted being ranked where they are. Like, they've done, like, they won on the road, they beat Auburn, they beat Miami at a neutral site, like, beat Ole Miss at 5-0. Like, they deserve to be ranked where they are. Matt, LSU is a running team. We throw the ball. We need to throw the ball. It's true. Florida will have trouble passing the ball downfield. Certainly not worried about Saturday. Drew wants a hug. Enjoy the cuddly days, man. I will, Jesse. I never take that for granted. Truthfully, I never take any day for granted with him. Go back and watch the game. Brian Greasy basically said the Rebs' defensive backs were terrible. I think he actually used that word. I think he said terrible. Jason Meeks, good morning. Now that I agree with Sam. 100% agree with that. He said as long as the team and staff takes Florida more seriously than we fans do, we'll be fine. That I agree with. And the thing that I think, and I've mentioned this before, the thing that I think Ed Orgeron has done exceptionally well has gotten his team to compartmentalize each week. There hasn't been, and maybe it's just because all those years that LSU would lose to Bama and then lay an egg against Arkansas just because they didn't care to be there. I've seen LSU under Orgeron lose to Bama and blow out Arkansas and blow out A&M, and they don't go into the tank in November. You don't see those letdown spots, and that's impressive. So, like, I think Ed Orgeron will have a way of getting his guys' attention this week. I don't think, bless you. I don't think LSU's sleeping. I don't think the team is sleeping on Florida. It would be very easy to look ahead to Georgia, but honestly, all the time we get to talk to coaches and players, nobody's talking about Georgia or Bama down the road. Like, that's not a conversation that's being had. So I agree with that completely. Stephen, big ups on the win last night. You know what, man? I hate the format. I hate the wild card game, the play-in game. It's stupid. Y'all know how I feel about it. But Severino going out there 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts, and then Judge hitting the 2-run bomb. I got to just relax last night. Poured myself a little Weller Special Reserve, sipped on it, enjoyed the Yankees just run roughshod. And then I just trolled the hell out of T-Bob on the Tiger Zone. I got into the Facebook Live on Tiger Zone, and I was just trolling T-Bob the whole time. Hey.
You.
Hey, you. Hey, you. All right, we're almost done. Let's see. All right, cortisone, darn right. Where did you get the coffee mug? I don't know. That was, I guess, I think Erica registered for them when we got married. I've had those since we got married. Chemistry's building, Matt. The offense isn't the same as the week of Auburn. Okay. We weren't saying that last week against Tech when they went on a 2-quarter lull. And Tech got within 3 points in the 4th quarter. Again, you were putting way too much stock into beating an awful, awful, awful Ole Miss team. It's the same thing as like if Florida fans, hey, we put up 60 on Charleston Southern. You put, on Charleston Southern. between between defense and special teams, I don't think LSU will have to sustain long drives to win the game. I would tend to agree, but remember, Florida's got good defense special teams too. Like, they're trying to win with the same approach. So, look at turnover. Ronnie, you trolling T-Bob was funny. Thank you. I enjoyed it. I don't know if everybody else did. Michael, Justin, Robert, good morning. Frank says that delayed release, it's going to be a picnic. All right, Akeem, we'll see, man. Dude, I hope that we're sitting here on Sunday morning and LSU won the game 37-10, and I'm going, they're gonna beat Georgia. I mean, home game, 6-0. Like, I hope that's the case. I just think y'all are completely overlooking a talented roster, a tough place to play, a really good coaching staff, a team that's going to be pissed that you won in their place a year ago. Florida honoring the 98 champ or the 08 champs, Tebow getting his number retired and all that stuff. I mean, y'all just ignoring a lot of factors in that game that work against LSU. Let's see. I think Joe and the receivers just get better. They had 4 weeks together. I agree with that. I 100% think LSU's offense with Burrow keeps getting better, and at the end of the season into next year, they'll be amazing. Like, I think LSU in 2019. I'm not trying to flush this season. Obviously, they got a lot to play for right now, but I was having this conversation yesterday. Literally, the only players LSU's losing off this team: Greedy Williams, Devin White, John Battle, Garrett Brumfield. That's it. Hey, that's it. Everybody else is back. Everybody. I mean, maybe guys transfer or whatever, but that's it. Now, Greedy and Devin White are massive parts of the offense, and you love the leadership from Brumfield and Battle, but, you're obviously developing depth on the offensive line, and you've recruited really well at safety. Everybody else is back. Everybody. I don't think Rashard Lawrence is going pro. I don't think Braid Voco is going pro. Maybe they surprise us, but everybody else is back. 2019, you should be a preseason top 5 team. 20 Burrow back as a 5th-year senior. 2019, LSU should be in contention for national championship in 2019. So I agree that they keep getting better. That was off track a little bit, but I was having that conversation yesterday. Bentley, looking back, how lucky we didn't miss on Frank's. Bentley, that was Cam Cameron's guy. Cam was the one that pushed super hard for Felipe Franks. Former Clemson running back Fuller dies at 22. Oh, man. God, dog. I'll click on that link and read it after we're done here. Thanks for sending the link. Let's see. Burrow's getting better. It's a good reason to be optimistic. I agree. LSU bringing the law firm, Delbert White and Lawrence. Fans, bro. Steven, come on, bro. You better than that. Come on, Steven. Flippy Franks. Dude, is that something LSU fans do? Do they call him Flippy? F-L-I-P-P-Y? I've seen a couple of people do that on here. They call him Flippy Franks, F-L-I-P-P-Y. Ooh, what happens if Terrio misses 2 weeks in a row? That's a good question, John. Oh, Josh. Carlos Brown. The franchise. Lord Tebow is the best thing out of Gainesville since Jorts. He's good, man. Wait, hang on. Matt, you didn't see them beating Miami or Auburn, though. Jesse, that's false. I picked LSU to beat Miami. I picked LSU to beat Miami. I did not pick them beating Auburn. And by the way, nobody walking the face of planet Earth except for homers picked them to beat Auburn. You're going to go to Mimi's house. Yes. Hey, Nancy, what's up? Blake Middleton. Kelly O'Neill. Hello, Kello. Mall. 2? You going to the mall? Hey, we're about to wrap up. You want to tell everybody bye? Hey, you want to tell everybody bye? We went long today, y'all. Wow. 8, 9. What? Oh, Grammy's watching too. Hey, you want to say hi to Grammy? Shh. Come see. Come see so you can say. Hey, Drew, come here. Come here, I have to tell you something. Come see. Come see, I have to tell you something. Come here, I have to tell you something. Oh, okay, look, watch. Hey, look. Hey, look, Grammy's watching. Can you say hi to Grammy? Can you say hi? You say hi to Grammy. She's watching you. Let me kiss your neck. Oh, kiss your neck. Hey, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You stink. Okay. All right. We're about to wrap up Dad's show. Okay. Then we're going to go vent your belly, get dressed, and Mimi is going to take you to... No. Yes, she will take you to the mall. And then... Abilities. Abilities. You are taking to the mall, huh? Okay, you're gonna go to the mall and then go change, and then abilities. All right. Let's see. Good morning, Matt. Not sure I agree with you, which is rare that LSU isn't the 5th best team in the country. That's true. Sam said you can't take any SEC opponent lightly. Arkansas, Texas A&M says hello. It's true. Because Arkansas is hot garbage this year, man. They don't have any players, and the players they do have can't do what their coaches want them to do, and that's just a mess. And they hung with A&M for 4 quarters. Chris said turnovers are key. I think you win the turnover ratio, you win. I think that's very likely. It's not always the case, but in this instance, I would agree. Because sometimes talent can overcome it. Like, remember, like the Samford Florida State game. Florida State needed 5 turnovers to beat Samford. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but it's true. LSU turned it over twice against Ole Miss and still blew them out. Ole Miss is bad. Anyway. Kirk, morning Scone, Yanks, Sox, ALDS, you going down. LSU-Florida, if it's going to be a battle, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be one of the trenches. Hopeful for the Yanks, man. Not super optimistic, but hopeful. Joe Juba, good morning. Akeem, your rationalizations are silly, dog. Josh, update on the STTDB shirts. We went through about 4 or 5 different designs yesterday, and I think we're going to make it happen. We're going to push it through. So, let's see. About to wrap this up. Where do I get these shirts living it down? Joe, you talking about this one? This is LSU produced this one. Like, this is one that they... I went and emceed something at the a panel at the a forum at the LSU Manship School, and they gave everybody that participated a gift bag, and this was in it. This was in it. The LSU Manship School, like a little book, you know. So maybe I'll start taking notes in that. It's a good little book. Anyway, there was just stuff in it. That's where I got this. I think they give them out at basketball games. But like the Todd Peterson shirt I wore, some friends at Swamp Assassins printed those Todd Peterson shirts, and then Terrio's trying to do neck shirts. So we'll see if he actually gets them done. All right, let's see. I think we're about done. All SEC team. From Gator to Bear, y'all going down Friday night. Whatever, Justin. Kick rocks. We're going to crush Santa off Friday night. I'm going to the game, too. VK, congrats on your Yankees. Wish them luck against the Red Sox. Yeah. All right, y'all, that's going to do it. Morningscone.com. Morningscone.com. If you do not yet subscribe to the morningscone.com daily email, I greatly appreciate it. It's 100% free. There's no spam, no pop-ups. You will get an email every day at 6 a.m. from Morning Scone with a list of headlines and links and Instagram and tweets and all different stuff that I find interesting. And then based on what you interact with, the algorithm will spit out a unique email for you, designed for you based on what your likes are. So morningscone.com, 100% free. Boudreaux's is not free, but if you would pay for it, if you see it and you want margaritas or Bloody Marys and you go to Alexander's or Calandro's or Canada's or Calvin's or Mid-City Craft Wine and Brew, and you're thinking about, hey, I'd like a margarita today. I'd appreciate it if you buy Boudreaux's. Or go to boudreauxmix.com, and you can buy it there, boudreauxmix.com. I think I've gotten in all my plugs. We'll see you tomorrow here. We'll see you today for AFR at 3 o'clock. And, yeah, that'll do it. So we'll see you later. AFR, Morning Scone, Boudreaux's, morningscone.com, all our good stuff.